The 4th place that he got was Deegan's best ever achievement. Tom Vialle has 2 world championships, bro. And you're telling me they're starting on the same plane? What? Boys and girls of the Moto world, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel, man. Hope you guys are all doing well. So, when you hear this question, who was the most impressive rookie to you in Houston? Do you think Tom Vialle, Chance Hymas, Talon Hawkins, Hayden Deegan, do you think of them all on the same plane? I'm talking to people, particularly people that have been in the sport. Maybe guys that chased this moto dream for some years, people that really know the sport. Do you genuinely think of those 4 guys on the same starting point? And if so, I would love to know why. Now, Supercross, motocross, both done on a dirt bike, completely different sports. Would never argue that, would never debate that. Completely different sports. What is it about turning pro, particularly in Supercross, that is so hard? Do they turn pro and then have to learn how to ride a dirt bike? Do they turn pro and then have to learn how to go fast? No to both of those things, right? They turn pro and have to learn how to go fast, ride a dirt bike, hit their marks in front of a 60,000 person audience under the lights on Peacock. Just the boos, the cheers, the roars, the tough blocks, right? That's the stuff that they have to learn how to do. Can you tell me who you would rather be pulling up to your first ever gate drop? If your goal was to get the best position and have the best first season you could have, who would you rather be? Would you rather be a 22-year-old, so you're in a man's body, okay, you're done growing, you're done physically maturing, in a man's body, 22 years old, that's won 2 world championships, you've won 11 pro races against some of the biggest names in moto in the world, okay? Would you rather be that guy, or would you rather be a literally brand new 17-year-old, just turned 17 a week and a half ago? Pretty much all 3 of those kids are right around the same age. Who would you rather be? Who would you rather be? Who would you say has the bigger advantage? And more importantly, I guess my question is what I said at the beginning. Are they starting on the same plane in your mind? Dude, this narrative on the internet that Deegan has been riding professional Supercross since he came out of his mom's hoo-ha is just the biggest crock of BS. Well, one of them. There's some pretty gnarly crocks of BS on the internet. But it's one of the most blown out of proportion narratives in the moto world. It just is. Dude, the Supercross tracks that Brian built for Hayden were built for a 65, for an 85. Like, the whole idea was to teach him timing, how to time rhythm sections, and just kind of never lose sight of that throughout his career. As we know, literally everything you do in amateurs is on an outdoor track. Yeah, they do some little one-off things in Supercross tracks, but it's not on pro-built Supercross tracks. Okay? The braking bumps in Houston were bigger than any whoop section Hayden had on his home Supercross tracks. They were this big, dude. They were this big. It was just to get him, like, thinking about it and kind of experiencing a little bit. When he first got to the goat farm, when he signed with Star Yamaha, he did not hit the whoops for like the first month of being there. He rode around them. Why? Because he wasn't experienced in it. He had no idea what he was doing, and he didn't want to kill himself during his first weeks of training on Supercross. And even with that being said, okay, he was never training to go racing. There was no Supercross for Hayden to do. It was just that's what the team was doing. So they had him out there with the team, just kind of beginning the learning process, right? Beginning the learning process. I also want to throw in there seat time. Again, talking to people that know the sport. Can you tell me how different it is racing a 250F from a Super Mini? Tom Vialle, 22 years old, 2-time world champion, 11-time race winner, blah, 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 blah. Also has almost 6 years, or maybe 6 years, on a 250. Hayden got his first 250F 1 year ago, bud. 1 year ago. Like, he has done one Loretta Lynn's on a 250. The one before that, he was on a Super Mini. Do you know how big that is? Do you have any idea how huge that is? So this narrative that Hayden has this like lifelong advantage over everybody else is the biggest crock. Yeah, he's learned timing and stuff like that, and he's had a Supercross track at home. Bro, I've told you guys, I grew up with a Hayden Deegan, except he had a pro-built Supercross track in the backyard, a 2-minute lap time outdoor track across the street on his land, factory bikes, got a factory ride, never made it to a pro gate drop. That doesn't give you some like cheat code advantage, bro. It's 2023, man. There is Supercross tracks that you can ride, pro-built Supercross tracks, all over California. I mean, seriously, bro, think about it. Think about it. Who would you rather be? The guy with 6 years on the 250 in a 22-year-old's body, and then go watch the interviews. That's the biggest thing to me. If you want to know what I'm talking about, case in point right here, okay? Go watch the interviews with Swap Moto, with Vital, with Racer X. Pick one. Pick one. Go watch the 250 interviews for me, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Go watch Deegan's, Hymas's, and Hawkins, and then go watch Vialle's. Vialle was like, oh no, it was good. I led some laps. The bike felt really good. The track was really fun. It was exciting. I had a lot of fun. I made one mistake. I missed my break in the corner, or I would have been on the podium, but I felt really good. It was exciting. It was fun. It's pretty obvious who has been there. It's pretty obvious who has won 2 world titles and who was like worlds apart. Tom Vialle was starting 8 levels above all those other kids on that first main event gate drop. He just was. Not saying anything bad. Vialle looked incredible. But I guess my point is that he should look incredible. Like, what the hell are we talking about? You really think any one of those 3 kids should look as good as him in that situation? In that exact scenario? And that's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm talking to in this video, I guess. How? How? Yes, Supercross and motocross, completely different sports. But you can't tell me he doesn't have years of experience already dealing with the media, winning championships, having all these critics look at his every single move, like having his name all over the place. You can't tell me. And yes, Deegan has a following, but this is completely different. This is a completely different level, and you know it is. If you allow yourself to be realistic and honest about it, you know it is. It is not remotely the same to have a YouTube channel as it is to be on Peacock and be the guy that Ricky Carmichael and Daniel Blair are spotlighting. You know, it's just not the same. And not to mention, have the entire Moto social media world waiting for you to wash the front so that they can make content about you all week long. There was one kid with that on his plate. One. You are lying if you say otherwise. Vialle missed his back brake, went down and lost some spots. He would have been on the podium. Nobody cares. He looked in. That's all you're going to hear. I've been watching. All you're going to hear is he looked amazing. He looked amazing. If he didn't miss his back brake, which is a super simple mistake, he would have been on the podium. Reverse those roles, man. Have Hayden riding third, misses back brake, go down. Do you really think the narrative all week is that he looked amazing? Or do you think it's that he's not there yet, can't handle it, made a mistake? Will he ever get it right? Like, you know damn well what the thumbnails would have said, what these morons would have been talking about on their YouTube channel. You know. Who would you rather be going up to that first main event gate drop? You tell me in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Who do you got in the top 5 in each class in Tampa? It's going to be way different than Houston. Keep your expectations for those 3 kids way down, okay? I do think Vialle. I think Vialle's going to probably be top 5 again. He might not do as well as Houston because it's a much more technical kind of dirt in Tampa. It's a lot more Anaheim-like, kind of. It's probably going to get really ruddy, but it's going to be super slick in spots, and it's going to be interesting. But I do think those 3 kids have a really high chance of making a mistake throughout the day at some point. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they all take it easy and don't try to be heroes, but they're going to be in A qualifying this time. I'm pretty sure all 3 of them are going to be in the A qualifying this time. It's just different, man. It's different. When you've never done it before, when you have never done this before, it's different. That 4th place was like, well, it literally was Deegan's best ever achievement. The 4th place that he got was Deegan's best ever achievement. Tom Vialle has 2 world championships, bro. And you're telling me they're starting on the same plane? What? What math are you using? I just don't understand. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting. Tampa's going to be very interesting. I just hope those kids get the laps. I know it's hard. It's not even hard. It's almost impossible when you're as competitive as they are, as they have to be. You have to be that competitive in this sport. When that gate drops, you're just a racer. You just want to beat the guys in front of you and not let the guys behind you pass you. That's your natural instinct. It's not as easy as everybody says. It's not as easy as Ricky makes it sound. Go watch the beginning of Ricky's career, my friends. It's not as easy as he makes it sound. They're racers at heart, man. They're savages. They're competitors. They just want to beat everybody else on the track with them. That's it. So let me know. I have Tom Vialle winning at least a couple races this year, especially these speedway tracks. I think he wins all those, if I'm being honest. I think he wins all those. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. The sand section in Tampa is going to be very interesting. It is a straight line this time, but they're putting those rollers in it again, like they did some years ago in Tampa. I hate the sand. I just feel for the riders. Gets into tear-offs. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about this whole Vialle as a rookie thing. Yes, he is a Supercross rookie, and he looks amazing. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not saying he should come out and be dominating. But to say that he's starting on the same plane that those other kids are, that's ludicrous. That's ludicrous. You are completely lying to yourself if you have any thoughts that those 3 kids should be as good, or like I've seen, they should be better than him. Oh, they should be way better than him. Dude, no. The stadium stuff is new, which is a big deal. Absolutely not trying to minimize that. That is a big, big deal. But he did great, as I expected him to do. He has such a bigger base to ride from. All that seat time, all that experience, like, that means something no matter what kind of track you're on, bro. If you know the sport, like actually know the sport, I don't even have to tell you this. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're trying to grow, man. We're trying to grow this thing. I appreciate your support. I'll see you in the next one. Fellas, ladies, peace.